morning, good midday, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back on the YouTube channel from me. It's been a while. Last recording a year ago. A lot of changes, a lot of upgrades in the recent year. In terms of institutional order flows, what we're using now in combination with supply in a month. Majority of my trading is indices and all. During the New York session, as we all know, focus on indices. Today we're having a bank holiday, so I'm not trading today. But this is the first recording of a series of recordings that I'm planning to do during the New York session, with my core focus on indices. All with educational purpose. Today, like I said, US bank holiday, so I'm not looking to trade. It's around 1 p.m. right now. In the midday, there will not much happening probably during this session because it's a bank holiday, and it's the best to wait for the next day to see how the market is gonna open. But yeah, nasdaq 100 from last week, nice opportunity on equal highs, higher time frames, match equal high, equal low, price range pretty straightforward. Like I said, we combine this right now with the order flow tools. I also wrote a new handbook, call it the whale order, with a couple of online modules where I explain the entire theory, strategy behind it. In terms of trading, not much have changed. It's just supply in a month, but now we combine it with the data institutional order flow, and that is also what I'm gonna record and show in my upcoming videos. Based on trading indices combined with order flow. Equal high last week, a nice shift. If we're shifting to the lower time frame, that was absolutely a beautiful tank to the downside. Equal high, pretty nice imbalance level as well right here. Liquidity push to the upside and an absolutely tank to the downside. We saw that on US 30 as well happening. We had a couple of pullbacks during this session. We had imbalance to the right here on the left. So if you're mapping out, probably there was a 15-minute level right here. You had two opportunities, a couple of opportunities to be honest. I took the short and I took a little long to the upside with mid-range targets. And we also saw that perfectly fine appearing on the ask and the bid side on the institutional order flow tools, the software. I will show you that right here in front of you. You're looking to nasdaq on MT4 with the data. We're using the delta, we're using the volume as an element to see where the big players are stepping in, the whales. Right here, the blue numbers are the delta numbers, sum of orders and total price. We see the volume, that's the green clusters right here. If you look to the left, volume was pretty low, not that low, but once we hit this imbalance level at equal high, you could see something definitely changes. You see in the 1,000 numbers, 2,000 numbers, when we push it into this level, after that we saw that increase in volume, large numbers of volume entering the markets. Also, the beauty about this is it's around the New York opening, but in the upcoming videos this will be more clear to you with my explanation on how I apply these tools during that New York session, that specific session. So I'm targeting 1 or 2 hours from the New York opening for my trading, and that's it, because that is where the big players are stepping in, and that is where the volatility is, and that is where you want to be as trader. So I'm not sitting in front of the screens the entire day, just putting myself in the best position possible and target my price ranges around that edge, around that time zone of that specific and current session. So like I said, once price pushed in this equal high level, which I show it on the other chart, there was really something happening in this chart. You can see there is a change in the green clusters, which is the volume. And you see also a change in the delta numbers. The delta numbers were pretty positive. and the red numbers are the negative numbers. And you could see in data numbers that something is changing when price hit at equal low. You can see that it's changing from positive numbers to negative numbers. So that means that there is something happening, you know. Major players are stepping into this equal high area, value area, high area, which I also talked about in the whale order. And you can see that it's changing. You see also a lot of imbalance within these clusters. And once price, once the session opening in the next hour or so, you could see that price tank it absolutely to the downside. If we're shifting to a little bit higher time frame, most of the time in terms of institutional order flow, you're using that on the lower time frames, because from minute to minute, from 5 minute to 5 minute, you could even use the 2 minute, 3 minute, and so on. You could see what's happening from tick to tick, but it could also be worked out on the higher time frames, absolutely. So if you are more a higher time frame trader, this could help you as well to find that major edges in the markets, you know, and combine this with supply and demand. It's absolutely a game changer and an iron tool to help you out where to find and where to see the major players are stepping in. As you can see right here as well, imbalance, change in delta numbers from pretty positive numbers into pretty negative numbers. Also a change in volume, everything is below 1,000, and as soon price hit the pullback, you can see that there is again a change in the data, a change in the delta, you know. So there's no more guessing in this strategy and theory, you know, simple as that. And if we moving a little bit more to the upside, as soon as we hit that New York session, you can see that the price start to drop and that the numbers are staying pretty negative. In terms of the pullbacks, which I show you also right here, this was the negative delta change and a high volume spike with an absolutely tank on the downside. If you're shifting to the 1 minute time frame, you can see it even better, you know. So you can see that fake breakthrough to that equal high, that liquidity push, and as soon price start to push back in the range, there was an increase in volume and there was a decrease in the delta number. So delta changing from positive to negative. Once price hit this imbalance level, which you could also identify on the order flow tools, which is a validation of an imbalance level, you could see that the data is changing again from from negative to positive data. Okay, it really depends on how big the numbers are. That is also a thing. So a larger number would represent a bigger push in price. Okay, this was almost a 100-point wave in price, you know, and you can see that this demand level are where absolutely holds over and over and over again. You could draw an imbalance level, for example, right here as well, that probably will match up on the 3 minute, 1 minute, so on, you know, just to show you even on the 1 minute you have a pretty nice imbalance level. And of course you should identify this level on your footprint chart, you know, because now you can see where the real imbalance and the valid imbalance levels are and which ones are not, and you could apply this within your trading, you know. So as you can see, it's a ping pong behind this price range. Keep in mind this was also a Friday, so end of the day, but there was absolutely a nice tank to the downside with a pullback back to this imbalance level on the footprint chart with positive delta numbers right here, and you know, ping pong, you know. But to see that data, that really gives you a clue in where are the big players are stepping in and where not, you know. So that's also the reason why I have applied this order flow tools in combination with supply and demand is what we're doing for year after year. But the hit rate with institutional order flow is definitely great. But you're gonna see that in the next videos which I'm gonna drop on YouTube in the upcoming weeks during the New York session to show you how the data all makes sense and how it all take place in terms of trading, you know, and especially with the core focus for the NAS and the US 30 during the New York session, like I said, because that is where the volatility is and that is where you want to trade as trader, you know, and following the big wheels. So, but this will definitely be continued. Like I said, it's a bank holiday today, so I'm taking everything a little bit relaxed, but I will be back soon with a new YouTube video for all of you and everyone who having the wheel order and my supply in a month course, especially the wheel order. You know where I'm talking about, you know, in terms of trading sessions, imbalance and stuff like that. So, you know, but to give a little bit extra value, I'm gonna drop a couple of YouTube videos. You know, it's a long time and I'm back. Okay, stay in touch and wish you all a lovely, happy, sunny Monday. To be continued. Peace out. Kev.